Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Nikki the Creator. I am your favorite manifestation coach, making manifesting super simple for you guys. So today's video is going to be a little bit of me being vulnerable and just giving you a little bit of my thought process, but also giving you what you want. So if you want to skip forward to where I talk about why you always get what you want, the timestamp is down below. If you're sticking around for me telling you why I make YouTube videos and why I want to cater to you guys, you can stay and listen to the whole video. All right, so if you haven't already, click the link down below to my coaching. I am opening up coaching slots, so click that. Anyways, let's jump into it. So why do I want to create YouTube videos about manifestation and mindset and confidence? So it's really simple. I was talking to a woman, and literally beautiful. And remember guys, I don't consider beauty the same as, societal terms as beauty, even though they are beautiful, but just, she was a beautiful woman, right? And I thought she had a funny personality. I thought that she was engaging. And as we got deeper into the conversation, she said some pretty ugly things about herself. Like, we ended up talking about men. And if you know, when you start to bond and talk to someone, you start to open up about little things. You may not say your whole personal business, but you start to talk about little things like art and music and guys or girls, whatever it is, right? And she started to reveal certain things about herself. She was like, yeah, but I could never get a guy like that. Or she said something like, and this is not verbatim, but around the same kind of sentencing. She was like, yeah, I'm not fire enough for that. Nobody's going to pay attention to me doing that. And I had to look at her sideways like, do you see yourself? And beyond just beauty, I'm like, do you know how amazing your personality is? That was one scenario, right? I want you guys to pay attention to just little observations that I'm making before I became a YouTuber, right? And just across the board, you see beautiful women just feeling these ugly things about themselves. And that's in part to things that they may have been told while they were growing up, experiences that they've been through, or just simple mindset that they're not taking care of or trying to take care of. Okay, we're covering all spectrums here. And so it started to pull at me because when I joined the manifestation community, I always saw people just trying to manifest a SP. And for those of you who don't know what a SP is, it's like a specific person. It could be a boyfriend, girlfriend, a friend, whatever. Just solely focusing on finding love outside themselves, that I had to sit down and say, although I know this is possible, something is not sitting right with me. But I still left it alone. But then I really started to reflect. I kind of saw wealthy people who were literally unhappy. So they had all the money in the world, but they were unhappy internally with their self-concept. They may have had a good self-concept about money, but about themselves, not really. Which goes to prove that you don't need self-concept to get what you want, but that's not the point of this part of the video. But have all the money, all the glamour, all of that, and still not happy. We can go through that spectrum. Then I would see even just women in the community just have the SP that everybody's feeling for and be miserable because they're not really living the life that they want to live. And I was trying to connect the dots and figure out what's going on. And I realized across the board, any person that said that they worked on self-concept, including getting what they want, but worked on self-concept, was generally happier. They were happier, they were more at peace, they felt more balanced, they felt more focused. Even if they didn't have a positive day, they felt like things will still work out for them because of how they instilled that self-concept into their subconscious. And that's when I started to make YouTube videos. And so I know that you guys want to manifest your SP, and I know that you guys want to manifest the money, because I fucking do. I really don't. Because I do, right? I'm going to stop cussing. Right? Because I do. But at the same time, I realize how important self-concept is. And so my job as a coach is to remind you of that self-concept so you can step into your power, but also remind you that, yeah, you can get all the things that you desire. And so my videos are going to be catered to focusing on your confidence, focusing on believing in yourself, focusing on believing in your manifestation power, and just focusing on believing that you can have what you want and also focusing on getting your specific things. And I felt like I had to get that off my chest because everybody is pumping out videos like, okay, get money, get this, get that, but pump your brakes. I don't want to do that. I want to do this. I want to show you guys that even though you can get those things, your self-concept is just as important. Okay? So that's kind of what I wanted to tell you guys my direction of my page is going. So you'll see more self-concept videos, more confidence videos. And if that's not your style, this is your chance to go, and that's okay. You've been here and you subscribed, and I appreciate you. But if this is something that's not, you don't resonate with, go ahead. But if this is something that you're okay with and resonate with, and know that I still be talking about SP and money, all of that, but mostly focusing on confidence and being a badass bitch, a badass king, then stay. Welcome. Now let's jump into why you always get what you want. All right. So I want you to think back to when you were younger. If your parents instilled into you money doesn't grow in trees, look at how that played out into your life if you accepted it as true. Okay? I want you to think back on what was told to you for money. So I think this is a great belief, but to each his own. There's a belief that's been circulating around on TikTok, and I smile at it because people don't realize is those women think like that because they were raised like that, and that's why they attract the men that are like that. So in certain women's culture, the husband is the breadwinner and provides for them. Even if they may have their own money, that's what's been in their culture. And so those women grow up believing, because it is a belief instilled into them from birth, that their husband should provide for them. And so what do you think they attract? Men that provide for them. That's really why. And I had to really think on that. I'm like, some of us are coming with beliefs that are both working for us and not working for us. And literally that's how you get what you want. If your parents told you money doesn't grow on trees and you accept it as true, then you still get what you want, because then money won't grow on trees for you. But if your parents raised you telling you that money is easy to be got and you accepted that as true, then you get what you want and money is easy to be got for you. Now, in both scenarios, you can switch it. You can make it that I don't have to work hard for money. You can make it that I make money in my sleep, whatever. It's not just about money, but just love in general. Whatever beliefs you hold about something that you desire, the same thing. And if it didn't come from your parents, I'm just using parents because think about it. When you were a baby, that's who instilled things into you. But it can come from TV, things that you watched over and over and over again, music that you listened over and over again, music that's been pushed to us, whatever the case may be, whatever you see on the regular. A lot of people are not into vision boards, right? Which is so interesting because our life is really is a living vision board. Think about it. Vision boards are something that you visually look at to get your goal. You visually look at it, repetition, every day looking at it, right? But think about all the stuff that media pushes to us through social media, through TV, through music. Our life is a living vision board, and whatever you choose to focus on is what you'll have. You guys are following me? This is why I say you always get what you want. You've always been getting what you want from when you were younger. And if there was a time that you felt like you were not getting what you want, it's because you believed you wouldn't get what you want. Like people who tell the story, I've always been the girl that no guy paid attention to. Pump your brakes. Why were you the girl that men did not pay attention to? Because of that statement right there. That is a belief you hold, right? Not because you're not cute, not because you're not worthy, not because you're not deserving. That is a belief you hold. That is why. And so the point of this journey is to adjust your mindset to beliefs that you want and will work for where you're going. So if you're a woman that wants to be provided for, if you're a man that wants to be provided for, your thoughts should be that I'm always provided for. I have always been provided for. I attract partners that provide for me. If you're someone that likes to be, interdependent, where you are still meshing with your partner, but you still make your own money, I'm successful in all that I do, but my man still provides for me. My girl still provides for me. You see what I'm saying? Whatever story you're trying to write, that's what you should be catering your thoughts to. And whatever beliefs that don't work for you from when you were youth, you should be letting them go. And I feel like it's that simple. And sometimes all the techniques given to you on social media throw you off. I want you to think about it. When you were studying the ABCs, you did not receive. Your parents may have, and that's a crazy thing. Each parent may have taught the ABCs with a different technique, but what was the dominant thing that was done? Repetition. You went to school every day. You had homework about it. Your parents made you do the homework. You were saying your ABCs. You were singing it in songs. You saw it in cartoons. That's how you know the ABCs. So it's the same thing now. Those techniques are just ways to get it in your brain. But the whole point is to just repeat it and choose that belief. Okay? It's just like when, I'll give an example. I used to read romance novels all the time, especially when I wasn't supposed to, but I was reading them juicy romance novels. And I was a quiet girl in high school, the beginning years of high school before I got into sports. And I would always be in a corner reading romance novels. And the romance novels that I always chose had happy endings, which you'll hear at the end of the story how it translated into my life. But in the romance novels, it was always the same plot in terms of guy sees girl, he's interested, so in love. She receives the love. She thinks it's too good to be true. It's sabotaged. And then he tries to fight her back. And then they end up getting married or getting together or having a happy family. And I read so many of those books, and my parents didn't talk to me about love and relationships. So what do you think proceeded to happen in my love and my relationships? I would get the guy that was super interested in me. Then something will happen where I'd be like, oh, this is too good to be true. Or something will happen, sabotage, and then he will come back in like, no, I realize you're the one for me, and try to make it work and offer me the whole happy ending. And I was tired of that cycle because I'm like, why is love a struggle? And love is not a struggle. It's just what I fed myself and what I felt to be true, because I read those books and I'm like, this has to be how love goes. My parents not telling me otherwise, so this is how it goes. And I'm so grateful that I rewrote that story. I'll tell you guys another story of how I manifested my SP, but I'm so happy I rewrote that story. But you have to pay attention to the things that you have been feeding yourself, have been fed, things of that nature. And if you've been through something traumatic, I will say this. Going through traumatic experiences is not something that I'm harsh with, because I understand. So when dealing with it, you have to choose what option you're going to go with. Some people choose forgiveness and they're able to move forward. Some people choose therapy and they're able to move forward. But one thing I will say is, do not feel guilty because you experienced that. You're human and it's okay. Forgive yourself. If you choose to forgive the party or whatever party is included in it, cool. If not, but if anything I will say is to forgive yourself. And know that no matter what happens, you still deserve to have whatever life you desire. All right, guys? And so this is just a little bit of me and why I make my videos and why I push self-concept and why I push being confident in your manifestation skills, because you can truly have what you want, right? And so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. My next video will be on how the brain works. I'm getting into my neuroscience era. Okay, guys? But yeah, I'll be back. I'm Nikki the Creator.